Giga versus Calvin Kattar. I just broke my leg on accident, so forgive me for the weird lighting, but Giga versus Calvin Kattar, what a fight. What an incredible brawl. Did not go how I predicted it would, as you can clearly see. Giga lost. Calvin Kattar back in the win column with quite the victory over a rising contender. It didn't go how I thought because I did not, like, one of the things that I said in my analysis that I did not predict would happen happened. Calvin Kattar came in the very first round off of a wayward kick from Giga. Calvin landed a good, essentially, takedown and some ground and pound. He didn't do a lot of damage, but he brought pace into the equation, which was the death knell for Giga. The pace and pressure that Calvin put on Giga was something that, one, I didn't foresee happening, and two, I don't think Giga expected it either. It was quite the aggressive maneuver by Calvin, and it paid off handsomely. After the first round, which was a clear round for Calvin, Calvin just took control with his striking. Giga was not able to land the body or leg kicks to do the damage that I thought would happen. He did land some, especially in the first round. Giga landed a lot of body kicks and a lot of leg kicks. At the beginning, the first half of the first round, I thought it was going exactly how I thought. But one wayward missed kick from Giga, and boom, all of a sudden, we're in a different fight. A different fight completely. A different fight that Calvin dominated. Calvin, through his incredible, quite frankly incredible forward pressure, managed to tire Giga out very, very quickly, much more quickly than I was expecting Giga to be tired from. But Calvin brought the pressure, brought the pace, and brought the aggressive striking with it. I mean, we all saw that spinning back elbow. That was a thing of beauty to begin with, and a thing of devastation to continue with. When he landed that spinning back elbow, when Calvin Kattar landed that spinning back elbow, we all knew we were in for a different fight than we were expecting after he landed that. Not only did that change the fight, it changed Giga. All of a sudden, in the third round, the fourth round, in the later rounds that I was expecting Giga to gain control, he was fading, and he was fading hard because Calvin brought the immense pressure, and he brought, importantly, immense damage. Calvin got close with his pressure. He got close to Giga, then allowed him to get the kicks, and even if Giga was able to be in the position to throw kicks, Calvin didn't allow it because of his immense pressure. He just kept moving forward no matter what. It's like he learned from the Max Holloway fight and brought his own tools to it. He pieced apart Giga, and as much as I love Giga, he got tired. That grappling and that ground and pound, as little as it was enough to change the fight completely. Because in the beginning, in the first half of the first round of that fight, Giga was winning. He was landing kicks to the body hard. He was landing some good leg kicks. I thought this is going to be a Giga showcase. But all of a sudden, in the first round, about halfway through, Giga misses a kick. Calvin goes in. He's off balance. Calvin takes him down. And all of a sudden, I'm thinking, whoa, we're in something that I did not see I specifically said I didn't expect Kattar to land a takedown and do some ground and pound. I said we had no evidence to suggest it. We've got evidence now. Kattar brought a whole new game that I think even Giga was surprised by. I think especially Giga was surprised by, and he managed to pull out the win. He didn't finish Giga, which is a credit to Giga. It's not a knock on Calvin that Calvin wasn't able to finish Giga. It's a credit to Giga that he was able to survive the absolute onslaught that Calvin brought. I mean, from the get-go, even when Giga was in the part of the fight that he was winning, it was immense. It was exhausting, the pressure that Calvin brought. He just kept moving forward. I didn't necessarily foresee that. I saw Giga landing some shots and making Calvin tired, making Calvin hurt, and eventually making him quit. I was dead wrong. Dead wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Big miscalculation. Calvin ends up not only hurting Giga, but making him tired and going in for the kill. He didn't get the kill, but he got as goddamn close as he came. He brought the absolute pressure, and all I can do is say props to Calvin. It's not necessarily a commentary on Giga's fight that he got tired early. It's just the fact that Calvin was so gung-ho and so teeth-grittedly ready to bring the fight to Giga that I just didn't foresee it. And we're in the aftermath of it. So we gotta ask, where does everybody go from here? Giga, he's in a bit of a rough and tough spot. Probably some time off would be good. And eventually maybe another contender's fight against a rising and new upcomer to regain his place in the division. But Calvin, this puts Calvin in quite the bizarre position because he got absolutely and thoroughly dominated and demolished by Max Holloway. But does this new Calvin Kattar pose a different threat than the Calvin Kattar that fought Max Holloway? Absolutely. If he can get takedowns and land ground and pound, even if he didn't land that much ground, even if he didn't do that much damage on the ground against Giga, he showed a different level to his game, first of all, and second of all, a willingness to go into the fire. A question I asked, before the fight started, while we were still wondering about the fight, I asked, will Calvin go into the fire? Will he put himself through what he went through with Max Holloway? And the answer was yes. He absolutely did not care about the damage landed. He took several body shots. He took several leg kicks. He took several punches to the head, and he kept moving forward. He kept Giga on the back foot, made it difficult for Giga to use his kicks, and had already made Giga tired and exhausted to the point where he couldn't necessarily throw the body kicks and use his kicking game to the level that we were expecting. Props to Calvin. Excellent game plan. I don't have much to say about it beyond the fact that it's just great job, Calvin, and I'll see you on the return Giga. Hopefully Giga can come back and make a resounding return. But props to Calvin, props to Giga for staying in there and surviving. It's almost, I predicted it would be a fight similar to Giga versus Barboza, when in fact it was a very similar fight to Kattar versus Holloway. But the hammer and nail were switched. Giga was taking shots. He was taking shots that most people in the UFC, let alone people on the planet, would not take. Those spinning back elbows were vicious. He took a lot of damage and he stayed in there for the 5 rounds. Props to him. Props to Calvin for bringing it on him and for coming back in such a fantastic way. All I can say was it was a great fight, and I wish the best for both men because that was quite the phenomenal contest that we were lucky to bear witness to.